Rally is one of my favorite disciplines in the Crew Motorfest, so much so that I decided to test every single rally car in the game, so I figured I'd put together a list of the top 10. Let's go! Real quick before I get into the video, if you're looking for any of my Motorfest tunes or my Need for Speed Heat builds, I've moved everything to my website. It's militiagamingco.com. There's links in the main navigation menu for Need for Speed Heat builds and Motorfest Pro settings, so click those if you're looking for that. The link to the site is actually in the description of this video. Alright, enjoy. Alright, I'll quickly explain my testing for context. I used the same parts on every single car, none of which had any NOS affixes, and I completely reset my legend points as well. I fully tuned each one and then recorded my best time on the race called Get Dirt on It. I currently have the second fastest time on that track worldwide, and I have hundreds of attempts, so I felt like it was the best situation and the most accurate the test could be. Sorry for the not so humble brag there, but I really feel like you knowing that will add a little bit of legitimacy to my testing and maybe convince any naysayers that I'm at the very least a competent driver. That being said, these times are so close that even the smallest mistake or misusage of NOS could make the difference. So please take that into account when you're judging this list. I'm sure that some of you have your own top 10 list, and that's awesome, but the objective of this video is to show you the top 10 in my preferred order after driving these cars for an extended amount of time. So let's get to it. At number 10, with a 224.266, the 2002 Nissan Skyline GTR R34. This car really does well in grand race scenarios because it has a lot of traction and it accelerates well, so it's nice to use in switchback turns. There are none of those on Get Dirt on It, so it really didn't have a chance to shine in my testing, so it's 10th on my list. At number 9, with a 223.740, the 2010 Ford Focus RS. My favorite thing about this is that it feels fast even though it's an older model Focus. And my least favorite thing about it is that it feels like an older model Focus. The suspension just doesn't want to cooperate with the ground sometimes, but when it does, it's definitely no slouch. At number 8, with a 223.197, the 2005 Mitsubishi Lancer WRC05. This is honestly one of my favorite rally cars, and I've used it countless times in grand races. It sounds so good and it looks so good, and it's been one of the top dogs since the Crew 2. It's honestly no surprise that it snagged a place in my top 10 because of its speed in a straight line. At number 7, with a 222.729, the 2013 Lotus Exige S. This is definitely one of, if not the most controllable cars in the class. It feels incredibly stable at basically any speed, and it responds to input very nicely. It should be higher on the list, but it struggles in the top speed situations, so it's 7th. At number 6, with a 222.727, the 2013 Mini Cooper S Countryman All 4. This car has no business being as fast as it is, but what makes it super useful, particularly in grand races, is its ability to absorb contact, whether it be from other players or bumps in the ground. Its weight plays a very important factor when it comes to controlling the car, and on top of that, it's actually very fast. At number 5, with a 222.525, the 2016 Porsche 911 GT3 RS RD Limited Edition. If pure speed is what you're after, this thing has it. It's one of the best for grand races that feature open, straight off-road sections, and it's great with slipstream. It definitely isn't the best nor the worst in tighter switchback turns. However, when exiting those turns, it usually struggles finding the grip. If it didn't struggle with that, it might be the fastest car in the class. At number 4, with a 222.480, the 2010 Mini Cooper S. This is just a pocket rocket, absolutely fast enough to keep up with literally anything in the class in PvP scenarios. Its suspension is stiff enough to have lots of grip both on road and off for some of those grand race sections that feature a lot of pavement, and it's very nice in slipstream. It's an excellent alternative to the top 3. Alright, moving on to the top 3 cars. At number 3, with a 221.909, the 2016 Focus RS RX Glow Motorsport Edition. This car is flat out fast. It definitely has world-class acceleration in basically every single gear, but it finds itself in third due to its inability to absorb a bump. It's a tough car to use in Grand Race scenarios, and honestly, I would prefer to use the Mini Cooper over it 9 times out of 10. But if you're on a closed course with unlimited resets, it runs very fast times. At number 2, with a 221.782, the 2017 Ford Fiesta. This is an absolute rocket ship. It's crazy good in Grand Races in basically all scenarios. Its acceleration, top speed, and cornering are all top notch. The reason it finds itself in second, and it's really no knock on the car at all, is it doesn't respond to NOS as well as the number 1 car. This one is a must buy. And finally, at number 1, with a 221.764, the 2017 Citroen C3 Racing. Not only did this car get the fastest time on my test course, but it doesn't have any shortcomings at all. It is literally great at everything you need it to do in basically every single scenario. Its traction is the best in class in both low and high speed corners. It's very easy to control. It responds to NOS the best. It drifts when you need it to. It grips coming out of corners. It literally does everything better than every other car in the class. And it's the car I used with Nitro Chemist, obviously, to get that second place I was talking about earlier. Anyways, there's my list. If this has helped you in some way, please do consider subscribing. And if you're interested in supporting the channel just a little bit more, I've just launched memberships and there are all kinds of awesome perks to being a member, such as sneak peeks at all of the upcoming videos and a 20% off coupon for my Shitbox shirt store. There's a link to that in the description. That's real money that you get back for your $5 membership. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.